Carolina is top 10 in almost every other sport. Why not golf? And that's a question that many people have asked for many years. Why has this program not been able to establish itself? Carolina has had some terrific players over many years, going back to Harvey Ward and Jim Ferree back in the 1950s. You go to the Davis Love era of the mid-'80s, and of course he was going to be a Hall of Fame golfer. And more recently, Mark Wilson, who has won 5 tour events and almost $15 million.
Returning to the top of the ACC will be no small feat, but the Tar Heels have the necessary building blocks in place to reach the next level.
Any successful program always goes back to recruiting. You've got to start with good players. No matter what you do with them afterward, you've got to start with really talented players. You look at Anson Dorrance with soccer, Roy Williams with basketball, what Mac Brown did with football. They all started with outstanding players. And I think that's what Andrew is doing, is he is getting the better players within the state of North Carolina. And you should begin your recruiting close to home. You look at Raleigh, Burlington, Pinehurst, and Chapel Hill. You could have players from those 4 towns in the top 5.
It is important for us to really, number one, recruit North Carolina well, but also if they're from California, Texas, Florida, Georgia, or Ireland, if they're good and fit the mold here for what we're looking for in a college golfer, we're going to go after that player as well.
It's the whole package. We want the golfers, but you also need the student, you also need the guy that fits your culture. And the last couple of years we've been very lucky.
And that recruiting philosophy has yielded immediate results. Carolina has landed the top junior golfer in the state of North Carolina in each of the last 3 years. Since taking over as head coach in 2011, Sapp, a former Tar Heel golfer himself, has gained a reputation as a player's coach.
Andrew has a way of, he's a good teacher, he works hard at recruiting. I think he deals well with his players. That's one thing you've got to do at this level, is you've got to manage your players, you've got to manage their psyches.
He's really relaxed and laid back. He lets us do our own thing. He lets us practice when we want and practice on what we want. It's just go do what you need to do to get better. And he's very relaxed and easy to play for. When we're out on the golf course in the tournament, he lets us just play. He doesn't overcoach us, which is great.
He really lets us do our own thing at practice. He doesn't force us to stay in one aspect, so if some guys need to work on one thing, other guys need to work on another. It's not like we all have to do one thing at once.
The sport of golf is so individualized, and you can only do so much as a golf coach to help the team, but it's more in staying out of everyone's way and, being there when they need help.
The best of both worlds here. We've got fantastic facilities with Finley Golf Course being just right off campus. You don't have to travel far like for other golf teams. You have to drive 20-25 minutes just to get to your practice facility. Here you're just down the road.
This is a wonderful golf course. I mean, Tom Fazio did a tremendous job, and I can remember walking the property with him in 1997 and 98 when he was just getting started. And he was finding holes in the woods that you never would have dreamed that there had been holes before. This was not a restoration or a renovation. This was a case of blowing up what had been here and starting and building a brand new golf course. And this is a facility that would appeal to any outstanding junior golfer in the Carolinas or the eastern United States for that matter.
First-class facilities, exceptional recruiting, and solid coaching doesn't win titles on its own. Golfers still need to perform when it matters most. During the 2014-15 season, the Tar Heels claimed 3 team tournament victories, as well as 4 individual wins. Carolina finished the year ranked 20th in the nation, a significant improvement from the previous season. 4 of the 5 starters from last spring have returned to Chapel Hill. All 4 have won collegiate tournaments.
You've got a lot of depth, you've got a lot of experience, and you've got 4 kids who have all won college tournaments. When Andrew got the job here, he started recruiting Henry for Carolina, and he's been just a rock in the program. A solid ball striker, plays left-handed. He was a young man that Andrew Sapp began a relationship with at Michigan when he was coaching in Ann Arbor. Carter Jenkins is just very, very gifted athletically, tall, rangy young man, can hit the ball a long way. He's got a great mindset, he's very confident. Ben Griffin has got one of the best short games of any young player that we've seen around here. You know, the players like to compare stories about where they've seen him get up and down from, and that's his niche. William Register has no fear. He can make a lot of birdies in a short period of time. Witness his first round in the NCAA regional when he shot 66. He can make a lot of birdies in a hurry. So his challenge is just to get consistent. And then Josh Martin, he has been playing golf since childhood. His older brother Zach is a member of the team. Both of them had a lot of gifts at a very young age, and it's been interesting to see them evolve. And Josh at the time has got just the great fundamentals and a great mindset. He's a very hard worker. So it'll be fun to watch him evolve and see how far he can take his game.
We're excited with the direction we're going, but we're not content with where we are. We've got an awesome opportunity to be a great team for years to come and a great program for years to come. We want to be at the top of the podium when the awards are being handed out, but that's going to take a lot of hard work. We want to win championships.